Long draw is perfect for a low twist or lofty yarn spun from short to medium length fibers. Now that you've spun your long draw yarn, it's time for finishing. Finishing any woolen drafted yarn helps to reinforce the yarn's structure and its strength. This low twist yarn doesn't have much structure compared to a high twist yarn. At the same time, we want to keep the yarn lofty and fluffy. We're making a singles for knitting or warping on a rigid heddle loom. The finishing techniques we'll demonstrate here are wet finishing to slightly felt the yarn, then thwacking it to raise the fuzz. You can use these techniques on plied yarns as well. If you're going to ply your singles before finishing, do it loosely. If you overply, your woolen drafted yarn will lose its lofty and fluffy qualities. Plying isn't required, although it will add structure and strength to your yarn. Wind off the yarn into a skein and tie it in at least 4 spots. Fill your sink with very hot water and add a few drops of dish soap. Place the skein in the hot water and let it soak for 15 minutes. To keep the water hot, you can cover the sink with a cookie sheet. Now rinse the skein in very cold water. This shocks the yarn and felts it slightly. You can also actively felt the yarn if you wish. Before you pull the skein from the hot water, set up a bowl of ice water and put on a pair of rubber gloves. In the hot water, agitate the skein briskly for a few seconds. Just pick it up and rub the yarn between your hands. Then move the skein to the ice water and swish it around to shock the fibers. Do one more round of agitating in the hot water and shocking in the ice water. Then rinse out any remaining soap. Squeeze out the excess water. Snap the skein several times to even out the twist. Place your hands through the middle and then quickly move them outward. Fuzz the yarn's surface by thwacking. Hold the skein in one hand and hit it against a hard surface, like your countertop or the sink. Rotate the skein a little so that you can fuzz a new section, and repeat. Work your way all around the skein like this. Now evaluate the yarn. It should look barely spun, and its fibers should look felted together. If it doesn't, you can repeat the felting and fuzzing steps again. When you're satisfied, hang the yarn to dry. You'll find more tips and tricks for long draw on our Spin Along blog.